ない。
いきなり慣れ慣れしいよ。バカじゃない。
そんなことが、その態度。
Hello, Anadark is here. Today I will summarize the wonderful anime Ishii. You will find his name in the comments section. Do not forget to like and let's go. The story begins in a high school, and one of the laws of this school is that before graduation students must marry each other. This course is called Married Life Training. The bottom line of this article is that they choose a girl and a boy at random and put them inside a house. Then they ask them to live together like married couples and also do anything except one thing, which is to have children. There is a girl named Watanabe who is praying for her to be blessed with the young man she loves. While she is praying, suddenly a girl named Shiori comes to her. Shiori came here for the same reason. The boys are all excited to audition except a student named Jiro. Jiro loves video games so much, he's been playing for 24 hours. And while he was sitting with his friend, suddenly Watanabe comes to them. She asked Jiro to get out of the way quickly in order to pass. Meanwhile, a young man with yellow hair named Minami comes. Minami is the most liked student at school by girls. All the girls wish to marry him in the marriage training course. The events continued until it was time for marriage training. Jiro was sitting in the last seat, and also he was nervous because he had not dated any girl all his life. He only knew one girl, Shiori, and also he was hoping to audition with her. But a surprise happened. Shiori was with Minami and Jiro was with Watanabe. Watanabe wanted her partner to be Minami, but unfortunately her partner is Jiro. They weren't happy and they were always fighting. The score is -3. Jiro told her that the points would become -10,000. Watanabe wants to raise points in any way. This is because at the end of each month they select the most students who have accumulated points. These students have the right to change their partners. This was a great opportunity for Watanabe. So they were trying to interact with each other more, but the problem was that Jiro was very shy. Later Jiro leaves in order to bring some things, but suddenly he sees Shiori with Minami. Shy Shiori was interacting with Minami. Jiro got jealous and started running towards the house. Watanabe used to make fun of Jiro, but then she encouraged him to interact with her in order to earn points and change his partner. But suddenly the bell rings and it was his friend. His friend wanted him to open the door for them to play video games. But suddenly Watanabe comes from behind and she asks Jiro to give her a goodbye kiss. Jiro was hesitant but gave her a kiss. She blushed and became shy because she meant an ordinary kiss, but stupid Jiro gave her a kiss from her lips. He went with his friend and returned home, but when he woke up he found Watanabe right in front of him and she said to him, "Let's go in order to cook dinner together." Their relationship has improved and their points have increased. The next day Jiro glimpsed Shiori with Minami and this thing was bothering him greatly. But suddenly the teacher came to him and told him that he should visit the teacher's office with his partner Watanabe, and they should behave like married people. Then Watanabe went to karaoke with Minami and Jiro sat alone at school. Watanabe came back from karaoke and shared the umbrella with Jiro. She told him that he should never give up and continue to collect points in order to change his partner. They returned home and prepared food, but suddenly a perverted and awkward situation occurs between them. They became embarrassed and obviously became in love with each other. Jiro then went to sleep but saw in his dream that his girlfriend Shiori came to his house and she got very close to him. But he wakes up from sleep to find his partner Watanabe calling him to open the door for her. He opens the door for her but is surprised to be invited into her room. He came into her room and she asked him to watch a horror movie with her. She told him that it was the teacher who suggested this idea to her in order to strengthen the relationship between the spouses. But she was very afraid of horror movies, so Jiro turned off the TV. Then she asked him to turn to the other side because she was going to change her clothes. But suddenly the power goes out and darkness comes to the house. Watanabe got scared so she jumped on Jiro. Jiro almost lost his mind and was restraining himself in order to stay calm and not be defeated in front of lusts. Then this awkward situation ended and nothing happened. But Watanabe got bored so she asked Jiro to tell her a story. She told him that a guy who does not know how to tell stories will not impress girls. Jiro got excited so he started telling her a story. The story was talking about a haunted well and evil spirits, meaning a horror story. Watanabe was scared by this story but returned to normal and slept in Jiro's arms under the atmosphere of romance. The next day they went to see their test results and actually got excellent points, but they were surprised that Minami and Shiori's points were at the bottom of the rating. Jiro caught a cold and was alone at home because Watanabe had gone to a cafe with her friends, but she was thinking about Jiro all the time. She doesn't want to think about it but that feeling is involuntary. When Jiro was at home, he was waiting for Watanabe to return and actually heard the bell ringing. He goes to open the door but is surprised by Shiori's presence and she tells him that Watanabe is the one who sent her to him because he is sick and there must be someone with him to take care of him. Shiori cooked the food and told him that she found it difficult to get along with the boys, so Jiro gave her some advice but felt ashamed because they remembered their childhood days. Then Jiro went to sleep, but Shiori came to him and was going to kiss him, but she backed down and left the house. Watanabe came home and went to the bathroom to take a shower, but Jiro comes to her from behind the door and thanks her for sending Shiori to take care of him while she is away. But she felt ashamed and said, "What a distress I feel." Jiro told her that he would help her get closer to Minami, so she asked him what the boys liked the most. Jiro began to think of an answer and told her a lunch box. She actually listened to his words and went to the kitchen, and after a few hours she prepared a lunch box for Minami. But before going, she asked Jiro to give her a goodbye kiss, but Jiro said that this is not possible. She said that she wanted a kiss from Jiro and not from Minami, and she also said that she felt safe when Jiro gave her a kiss the last time. And Jiro was actually going to kiss her, but suddenly they hear the bell. They go to open the door but are surprised by the presence of Shiori, and she was carrying a lunch box full of sweet pies. She said that these pancakes were made at the request of Minami because he likes sweet food. Watanabe was frustrated because she had prepared ordinary food, and she thought that Minami preferred ordinary food to sweet food. She breaks down, but Jiro reassures her and tells her that she is beautiful and all the men wish to marry her. Watanabe felt strange and approached him and was going to take off her clothes, but Jiro stops her from doing that and tells her that she should do that thing with the person she loves. After that situation, their relationship collapsed and they became at the bottom of the rating and their points became 0. Minami and Shiori are at the top of the ranking. Jiro decides to apologize to Watanabe, so he goes to her room. After a long talk, they reconciled and returned to each other, and also Watanabe said that she liked him, but she told him again that she was joking. Jiro felt ashamed and left the room, but Watanabe came out to the balcony of the house and said, "I finally confessed to him." The next day Watanabe was sitting with her friends inside the gym, and they were talking about points and how to change a partner. Jiro was sitting next to his friend and he was jealous because all the girls were looking admiringly at Minami, and also Watanabe and Shiori were looking at him. One of Watanabe's friends said that there are rumors about Minami. These rumors say that Minami will not change his partner if he gets good points. Watanabe felt angry when he heard this rumor, and Jiro was also angry when he heard this rumor from his friend. The sports class ended, and when Jiro was returning home, Shiori came to him. Meanwhile, Watanabe goes to the storage room to return the items to the closet, but Minami comes to her. Her heart started racing, her face turned red, she crashed into the closet. One of the boxes dislodged from its place and almost fell on her head, but Minami comes and saves her. Watanabe became shy and asked Minami a question, which was whether he would really change his partner or not. He told her maybe, so she started crying. So Minami approached her in order to wipe her tears, but Sadaharu was watching them from behind the door, and he misunderstood when they approached each other. So Sadaharu has to go to Jiro. When he reached him, he found flames burning between Jiro and Shiori. Jiro was about to tell Shiori that when she reaches the A rating, she changes her partner, and he was also about to confess his love to her, but Sadaharu comes and ruins everything. Then Minami comes with Watanabe and takes Shiori. Jiro went to class and met his friend, and he told him that Minami had kissed Watanabe in the storage room, and he also told him that he was not sure about this. Jiro didn't care because he wants them to love each other. Then he returned home but found Watanabe sleeping in clothes from another world, and told her that he was sorry that he was not Minami, and also said that he was glad that she had approached Minami. Watanabe didn't understand anything, but she understood that he was talking about the situation that happened today in the storage room. She laughed hysterically and told him, "He wiped the dust from my eyes no more and no less," and also she swore to him that nothing had happened, and she cried, so Jiro hugged her and wiped her tears. At night, she went for a shower and then she put on Jiro clothes, but these clothes were too short. Then she sat next to Jiro in order to provoke him, and indeed Jiro was about to lose his mind because he was shy of girls, and also she blamed him for giving her a kiss without any warning, and also it was the first time. The next morning Watanabe was adjusting his tie, but he was looking elsewhere. Watanabe felt angry and was going to kill him, but she backed off and told him, "Take care of yourself." Then he went to school and met Shiori. Shiori told him to bend down a little and close his eyes. Jiro thought she was going to kiss him, but she wiped the chalk dust off his hair, so he was ashamed and got very frustrated. Meanwhile, Watanabe was sending messages to Jiro, but he never wanted to answer, so she went to look for him, and she actually found him by accident. But Shiori was with him. The poor girl hid, and also she was jealous because she loves Jiro, but he was stupid and didn't notice this because his heart is attached to Shiori. And at night Jiro would sit alone and meditate on the stars, and also he remembered the past when he was always accompanied by Shiori. Then Watanabe comes to him, and she brought him a glass of milk. But she noticed the sadness filling Jiro's eye. Shiori is the reason. He told her nothing, and when they were stargazing together, suddenly Watanabe told him that he should call her by her first name like Shiori. But Jiro became ashamed and told her that it was different with Shiori, and Watanabe was adamant and told him to call her Akari. And Jiro actually began to say Akari in a faint voice, and Watanabe felt ashamed because Jiro told her that her name was beautiful and suited her perfectly, but later he told her, "We will pretend that nothing happened." Watanabe had a fight with Jiro, but inadvertently she confessed her true feelings for Jiro. They were ashamed and said that all this was for the sake of studying. Nothing more and nothing less, after which Watanabe quickly went to sleep. The next day when they were studying, the professor told them that married people should study together for tests, and she said that students who fail the tests will also fail the course. Class is over, and Watanabe tells Jiro that they are going to karaoke with friends, but Jiro doesn't want that, because he wants her to go to his house with him in order to study together. They actually went home and started studying, but Watanabe hated studying because she was bad at math. Jiro asked her to solve some mathematical equations, but she was playing with a pen, and then something unexpected happened, which is that Watanabe approached Jiro and said to him, "Let's do something more entertaining than studying," and also looked at him in a strange way. She made these moves in order to seduce him and quit studying in mathematical matters, but Jiro beat her with the book and killed her. "We will study." They completed the study, and Watanabe really improved in mathematics, but suddenly an awkward situation happens between them plus billions of light years unintentionally. All this happened because of Watanabe, but suddenly Jiro was bleeding, so Watanabe laughed and made fun of him. The next morning they woke up to go to school, but Watanabe was acting strange and said, "Today is the date of the midterm test result." She also called Jiro by his first name, and this was the first time. Jiro doesn't know why, so he logged into Google and he typed in "what if your partner called you by your first name." But suddenly his friend came to him and they started talking about the tests. Then they completed the study and returned home. Jiro went to take a shower, but Watanabe intervened, and she told him that they passed the tests and ranked 8th in the rating. He finished showering and left the bathroom. Watanabe dried his hair. Jiro wanted to call her by her first name and actually did that thing, but she became shy and turned red. So Jiro took advantage of the opportunity and started calling her constantly without stopping. She was ashamed, and he told her that he was joking, but she got angry and told him that she was not shy, and also said that there was no point in repeating her first name for no reason. But then she approached him and said that she wanted him to call her by her first name throughout the training period for married life. Meanwhile, Shiori and her best friend checked the results. She knew that Jiro and Watanabe got a good rank in the rating, so she told her that she had to do something or Watanabe would steal Jiro from her, and when they were talking, a ball came and hit Shiori in the face, knocking her unconscious. Her friend went to Jiro, and she told him that Shiori is in the hospital, and he should go to visit her. And he actually went to the hospital, brought her some water and food. Shiori was glad that he was coming and she wants to fight with him, because she has known him for a long time and has never seen Jiro in a state of anger. She asked him to give her a kiss and also practice kissing with her. Jiro agreed, but while kissing, one of the girls comes into the nursing room, and also she saw something strange. This girl is Watanabe's best friend. Then she ran to Watanabe and said that in the nursing room there is a boy and a girl doing something inappropriate. Jiro sent her a message and told her that he is now in the nursing room. He will come to her soon. Watanabe felt sad because now she knows what happened between him and Shiori. On this night there is a date between Jiro and Watanabe, which is that they will eat chocolate together. When Jiro returned home, he did not find Watanabe at home, because she had gone to one of the places where she had to sit alone, and when she returned home, she found Jiro asleep, but he caused chaos around the house. So she did the cleaning but finds out that Jiro was waiting for her on the date. Meanwhile, when Watanabe throws away her phone, she gets a message from her friend who gave her a chocolate. The message says that this chocolate contains alcohol, but the problem is that she didn't read the message. Watanabe undressed and slept next to Jiro. In the morning, Jiro finds Watanabe sleeping next to him, and she also told him that he did something inappropriate to her last night. And this is just a lie from Watanabe to find out that nothing happened between him and Shiori, because Jiro said that this is the first time he did that thing with a girl. The next day, when Jiro and his friend are playing video games, suddenly his friend asks him, did something happen between him and Watanabe or not? But Jiro told him that nothing happened and continued playing. Then when they were walking by the school and saw Watanabe's friends with Shiori, they asked Jiro and Sadaharu to help Shiori throw garbage. But Shiori was ashamed of Jiro because of the situation that happened between them in the nursing room. After helping Shiori, they go to the park and also ask Watanabe how she feels about Jiro and also about the relationship they have. Watanabe blushed because she heard his name, so her friend found out that she loved Jiro and also told her that Jiro could treat any other girl the same as Watanabe, and also told her that she should not forget how she felt about Minami. The evening has come and the night is approaching, and on this night a festival will be held. This festival happens once a year, so Watanabe's friends agreed to arrange a date between their friend and Minami. Watanabe prepared herself and also put on a traditional dress. She is not alone because Jiro was helping her to prepare herself, and also she told him to choose a suitable tie. He told her that the bow tie is perfect. But she didn't like his choice and told him that it was childish, and Minami is a mature person and won't like these childish choices, so she made the choice herself, and she also asked him to help her. But Jiro was shy because her clothes are very light, but he helped her despite the difficulties. After she went to the festival, her friends told her to do her best during the date in order to win Minami's heart. But a few minutes later, Minami's friends came to the festival and said that Minami couldn't come here because he was busy with work because of the customers. Watanabe felt very frustrated and desperate, but she said to herself, I will go to the store where Minami works. But a disaster happened. She watched Minami with Shiori, and they were enjoying the festival together quietly, and Watanabe couldn't believe what her eyes saw. Meanwhile, Jiro was sitting alone at home, but suddenly he got a call from Watanabe. The poor woman was crying during the call. She could not say a correct sentence because of the shock. Jiro became worried, so he decided to go in search of her. The problem is that she hung up and did not tell him about her whereabouts. He went quickly but found her collapsed in front of the house, but he hugged her and wiped her tears and also let her into the house. Now the events have flared up between them. Watanabe told him to help her put on the bow tie that he had chosen earlier, and also she asked him to call her by her first name. And indeed Jiro fulfilled all her requests. Then they enjoyed fireworks together. They went to sleep, but they thought about each other all night. In the morning, Jiro went to take a shower, but suddenly Watanabe came to him. She was scared and said to him, he showed up here. Jiro was ashamed because he was not wearing anything and asked her about the thing that showed up. She told him that it was a spider, so Jiro got dressed and went in order to eliminate the spider. But when he arrived, he did not find anything. He told her, where is that spider, and also asked her about its size. She said that it was about 2 millimeters in size. Jiro was shocked by the stupid answer, after which she told him to eat with her until the spider came back again. They went to the kitchen, ate together, but suddenly Watanabe said to Jiro, come with me. Jiro didn't understand at first, but he understood that Watanabe wants to go to the bathroom, but she is afraid of the spider, so she wants him to accompany her. And he actually went to the bathroom with her and sat in front of the door waiting for her to leave. Then they returned to the room. But Watanabe's actions are not normal. Her actions are strange. She hints at perverted things she doesn't mean. But Jiro hasn't dated any girl in his life, so he's been thinking about doing things for 1,000,000,000+ years with Watanabe. And then they turned on the TV to watch a movie, but suddenly that spider comes. She screams at the top of her voice because she's scared. But Jiro kicked that spider out. They went to sleep, and Watanabe was thinking about Jiro all night until she fell asleep. Meanwhile, Shiori was sitting alone, but suddenly Minami came up to her and told her, if you have a problem, tell me about it and I will do my best to help you. And Shiori actually told him about that situation that happened between her and Jiro in the nursing room. But she said that it was her friend who happened with that situation, and she also said that they began to ignore each other. When Minami heard this fake story, he poured tea on himself because he knows that Shiori is a liar and also knows that this situation happened with her, not her friend. He said to her, if I can help your friend, I will help her. The events continued. Watanabe went with her friend, but Jiro was sitting at home with his friend. But Sadaharu became crazy because he does not want a fake wife. He wants a mistress with whom he falls in love 3-dimensionally. This is normal, but then he became close to Jiro in a disgusting way. This is inappropriate banter because Shiori was accidentally walking by the house and she saw Jiro and Sadaharu about to do this disgusting thing. Then Jiro went to Shiori and told her that his friend was joking with him, no more and no less. He helped her carry the things, and he also apologized to her for that awkward situation that happened between them in the nursing room. But she told him that he shouldn't apologize, because she was the one who asked him for this. The atmosphere became romantic. Jiro was about to give her a kiss, but some naughty cats come and spoil it. The study period ended and it was summer vacation. Jiro was talking with his friend. But his friend told him that Watanabe could take advantage of his absence and bring men home. But Jiro told him that Watanabe is not that kind of girl. Suddenly Shiori comes to them and told them that on vacation she will work in order to save money. And also she found out that Jiro and his friends will work in the same place. So she got excited and said, what fun. Then Jiro came home, but he found Watanabe in a swimsuit and also asked him what he thought about these clothes. Jiro started to feel ashamed, so Watanabe put some clothes on. He also told her if Watanabe goes to the beach with boys, she shouldn't wear these clothes. She found out that Jiro was starting to get jealous and also told him that she would also work part-time during the holidays, but she felt jealous because she found out that Shiori would also work during the holidays with Jiro. So she jumped on Jiro, and a situation from another world happened between them. And also she asked him for the second time about his opinion about this dress. Jiro told her that these clothes are beautiful, and also told her that any man will like this dress. Watanabe felt nervous, so she went to change this dress because they were going to the beach. Jiro wondered why she changed clothes, so she told him that this dress is for you only and should not be seen by people, especially boys. Only Jiro is the only one who has the right to see Watanabe in this dress. After Jiro made a brief about where Watanabe would be working, he was shocked to discover that they would be working in the same place together. The next day they went ashore together on the ship. When they arrived, they found a big house. This house was equipped for part-time students. When they got home, the girls and boys changed their clothes and put on work clothes. Then they all started working. Watanabe was with Minami. Shiori was teaching Jiro how to make ice cream decorations. But she was very close to him, so he poured ice cream on her face. Shiori laughed, and he also started talking and joking with her. But suddenly, the joke turns into a romance. Shiori was going to confess to him about her feelings for him, and Jiro was also going to confess his love for her. But she noticed Watanabe's friends behind the door, so she started screaming at the top of her voice. The girls took some things and left the kitchen. Then they went to the beach, but Sadaharu was shocked when he saw Watanabe in a normal swimsuit, because she usually wears scandalous clothes, and also Jiro was shocked because Watanabe actually wore normal clothes, because he didn't believe her when she told him that this dress was only for him. But now make sure that she was honest and didn't lie to him. Suddenly Shiori comes with her friend. Shiori told them to go to the hotel together, so the boys got crazy excited. But it was a disappointment for Jiro and his friend, because the girls were going to the beach, which is located next to the hotel, and not the hotel itself. They went to that beach and started playing with the sand, and they decided to build a castle together. But the boys couldn't concentrate on the construction, because their minds were distracted by other things. Jiro and Shiori interacted with each other, because playing with sand brings back memories of the past. Then they played a game of rock and paper scissors in order to determine which duo would go to buy items, and they actually started playing. The choice fell on Jiro and Watanabe, and they actually went together and pretended to be real couples in order to be able to buy goods at half the price. When they were walking by the beach, suddenly Watanabe was harassed by some annoying boys. Jiro doesn't know what to do, because his physique is very weak and he can't fight. He told them that Watanabe is his wife, and the boys really got scared, apologized to him and then ran away. Watanabe felt very embarrassed because of Jiro's magnanimity, and also she was close to him. Then she asked him to leave this place quickly, and when the night came, she kept thinking about Jiro until she fell asleep. The next day they met by chance. Watanabe noticed a sunburn on Jiro's neck, so she told him to sit down in order to help him apply sunburn cream. But she got very close to Jiro and also hugged him, and told him to behave himself. Suddenly, one of the girls comes and almost found out the relationship between them, so Jiro got nervous and pretended that he was going to buy some drinks. But for some unknown reason, Watanabe's features turned into terrifying ones, and she told him that she wanted to meet him later at one of the places in a secret way. At night they lied to their friends and went in order to meet at one of the places. Jiro began to apologize to her, although he does not know the reason for her anger. Watanabe told him to treat her like he used to treat her at home. And she also said that she hated that he kept ignoring her all the time. And they did get close to each other, and Jiro was going to give her a kiss, but by chance Shiori was walking with her friend next to this place, and they almost found out about them, but fortunately they quickly hid in one of the narrow places. Shiori sat up, but suddenly she heard a voice coming from that place. So her friend went to throw a fresh, but she threw a fresh from a far place and told her that there was nothing. But seconds later they hear a voice coming from that place again, so Shiori got scared, and she grabbed her friend's hand in order to escape, and they actually left the place. Jiro and Watanabe had a very awkward situation between them. This situation was very strong, because Jiro collapsed and lost consciousness, and also went to the hospital because of Watanabe. The next day, the events continued routinely. But when Jiro was in the kitchen, suddenly Shiori unintentionally says romantic things to him. The poor woman felt ashamed and left the kitchen. Moments later Sadaharu comes. He has heard the words that Shiori said, and suggested to Jiro to make him with Shiori during the test of courage. The test of courage is that each duo must go to the forest and wander inside it at night, and this duo will be determined by a draw between friends, and the one responsible for this draw is Sadaharu. So he told Jiro that he would make it in the draw with Shiori. Jiro agreed but asked him to do something extra, and he should make Watanabe be with Minami. The night came, and now they are going to play this game. Jiro went with Shiori, Watanabe went with Minami, but she was shy. And while they are walking with each other, Watanabe finds out that she lost her phone in one of the places, so they searched for that phone. Everyone returns from the forest except Watanabe and Minami. Everyone is nervous, but suddenly a call comes to the official. Watanabe and Minami got lost when they parted for the search for the mobile. Everyone started to feel nervous because of this news, but the official reassured them and told them that this forest is safe. Shiori grabbed Jiro by the hand and told him to go home because it was raining hard. But he refused and told her that he would go to the forest in order to look for Shiori, because he felt guilty when he told his friend to put Watanabe with Minami. He started searching in the forest but to no avail. He couldn't find her, but he managed to find her lost phone. Meanwhile, Watanabe was alone and also she was afraid. She was waiting for Jiro to save her from this scary place, but unfortunately, Minami came to her. He grabbed her by the hand and took her to one of the places in order to hide from the rain. When Jiro was looking for her, suddenly Shiori came to him and told him that Watanabe was found thanks to Minami, and they are now hiding because of the heavy rain. Jiro changed his features when he knew that Minami was the one who saved Watanabe. Then they went to hide, but they got close to each other and also started talking about the past and childhood. Shiori cried because of flashbacks, but then they kissed each other. Meanwhile, Watanabe found out that Minami loves her like his little sister, nothing more, nothing less, so she became very frustrated and desperate. But she did not give up and was trying to get closer to him. Minami told her that in fact he is already in love with another woman, and also said that this love is a one-sided love, and he said that it is impossible for this to change. He finally says that he is happy with the relationship that Jiro and Watanabe have, and tells her that she has to do her best in order to win Jiro's heart. The next day Shiori was thinking about the situation that happened between her and Jiro yesterday. Also Jiro was thinking the same thing. But he was wondering why Shiori, after giving him a kiss, apologized to him and told him that she was his childhood friend, is not enough reason to stay by his side. He decided to escape from these thoughts, so he left the house and went in order to buy some manga. But at the library he accidentally meets Shiori. She was going to buy the same manga that Jiro was going to buy. But Jiro asked her, is she really reading manga or not? She told him her little brother loves manga, so she wanted to buy him one. Shiori called him to her house in order to have coffee together, but when they arrived, she asked him to wait in front of the door in order to tidy up the house before Jiro entered. And indeed, she was the first to enter the house, and when she opened the door for him, she said hello to your return, dear. He felt ashamed. But she told him that she was joking with him. They sat together. She was reading a novel called Hello, Summer, and Jiro was reading the manga he bought earlier from that store. But he couldn't concentrate on anything, because he was looking at Shiori in a lustful way. Shiori noticed these strange lights, and she also got nervous because of Jiro, so she told him to go and throw a light on the rainbow in the sky, and they also took a picture together, and they continued to look at the sky with each other. Then Jiro returned home, and now he regrets that he didn't tell Shiori about his feelings. But suddenly he gets a message from Watanabe telling him that she was bored, so he answered the message and told her that he was also bored and left the phone. Watanabe was alone in her room, and she was also thinking of a way to get together with Jiro again, so she sent him a message and said that she wanted to meet him at the station. He grabbed his head and became suspicious of the letter because he thought she was messing with him, but despite all that, he changed his clothes and went to the station, and when he arrived he found no one, so he decided to wait. He had been waiting for a long time, so he was about to leave, but Watanabe came at the last moment. She found it difficult to come to the station, so she was late for the appointment. Then she grabbed Jiro by the hand and said that they would go to several places together, and they actually went to a cafe and had fun together, but then she said that she had forgotten the shrine spell, so she ran quickly. And on the way they found Shiori. Shiori went with them to the temple, and they prayed to marry the person they love. And so we have come to the end of the video. If you like the summary, do not forget to support us by liking and subscribing to the channel. See you next time. Peace.